Okay, so in this video we're looking at line graphs in Matplotlib. So first of all, we need to import our data. The first thing I'm going to do, at the top of every sheet, you should have import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. Otherwise, you can forget to do that. And I have spelt that wrong, haven't I? Plot as PLT. Lovely. Do that at the top of the graph. Your first thing should be all the imports of everything you're going to use. So we're going to read in our data set, download it from this section for the lesson. So from google.colab, I'm going to import files. So using that functionality there. I'm going to upload our file. So we run that. Click on the no files chosen and upload our phosphor data. So we're going to import CSV so we can get this into our spreadsheet, the data to use. So phosphor.csv, import that as data. You can change the name of data if you want to do. Just make sure you change it all the way through. So our variable reader is going to be csv.reader data delimiter is our comma. This is comma separated variable. And then we're doing for I in reader. So we're going through each line at a time, add it to my list. And let's just print out my list. I spelled phosphor wrong. So make sure this and this always match, or you're going to get an error when you're reading things in. So this is a list of lists. Again, we have these two square brackets here. It looks like our first number is just the number of the line that we're on, starting on 1. And if you look at documentation for this data, the first value is the inorganic soil phosphorus. The next one is the organic soil phosphorus, and the last value is the plant phosphorus content. And unfortunately, with reading them in using CSV Reader, it is a number and it comes in as a float. And you can see we have a mixture of integers and floats here. So let's set up some variable names we can extract the data to. So the first one is number. The second one is our inorganic value. The third one is our organic value. Ooh, with the brackets there, not what we wanted to do. That's better. And the last one is the plant phosphorus value. I'm going to run through each of these lists in turn, and I'm going to extract those 4 bits of data and save them straight to that variable name. So for I in range, then my list. Colon, return with that tab, so everything that's tabbed in is working in that for loop. My number is an integer, so I'm going to change from a string to an integer, and it's my list, the ith row and 0th position. So remember, we don't need to take a copy of my list because I'm not changing it, I'm just extracting data from it in this particular instance. Inorganic, I'm going to append the float of my list in the ith row and the first element in that row. Then my organic, I'm turning to a float. Again, ith row, and this is the second element. And lastly, plant, going with a float again. So you can choose to import the number as a float if you want to, that's absolutely fine. Up to you. So print number in org, organic, and plant. Okay, so that's telling me I've got an invalid syntax on this line, which appears to be basically okay. Aha, it's actually the line above. I've got a closing bracket missing there. Let's run that. And it now doesn't like the fact I've got a row bracket there. Clear that. And I can't spell float. Oh, this is going well, isn't it? So as you can see, I should have spotted that because that was the wrong colour for float. It's actually quite easy to work out where your typos are when you're working through this because it tells you. And because I'm talking and typing, I end up actually making quite a lot of daft typographical errors there. But it's always fun to see how you solve them. So I think it's worth keeping them in. And then when you're doing your own stuff and you get errors, you have some idea how to solve them from what it's telling you. So let's just check. We've got number in org, organic, and plant. Lovely. So we're ready to go to plot some lines in our next video. I'll see you there soon.